everyone, it's Kayla with the Celebration Company. Happy Tuesday. Y'all, today we are going to be making a decorative box. So I'm using one of these Dollar Tree gift boxes. They are just like these cardboard, paper mache type boxes. And then I'm using this month's craft paper designs. These designs are right here to make a beautiful old world styled decorative box with teals as the colors, teals and neutrals. This is kind of the whole color scheme here. So I think it's going to be really beautiful. I also have this little knob that I got from Hobby Lobby that was on clearance for 59 cents. And it's going to go perfectly with this box, and we're going to put it on the top. So I think it's going to be really cute and very simple to do as well. So when you hop on, say hey, let me know you're watching. Hopefully y'all are having a great day. I'm glad to see all of you today. Grab some pouncers. All right, let's see who we've got joining me today. Hi, Dorothy. Hello, Teresa. I am good. Hey, Ruby. Hi, Gloria. Thanks for sprinkling, Ruby. Hey, Laura. Hey, Carol. Good afternoon. Y'all, I hope you're having a great day. Hi, Allison. Hey, Patty. Hello, Donna. Hey, Carol. Hi, Rhonda. Good to see all of you. Thanks for joining me today. Hey, Joan. Hey, Wanda. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Hi, Linda. Hey, Larissa. Oh, no. I'm so sorry, Larissa. I hope you get to feeling better. Hopefully it won't last long. Hey, Teresa. I haven't tried pickleball yet. Andrew and I talked about how we were going to do that this summer, and then Andrew broke his wrist. So we haven't been able to try it. Hey, Debbie. But hopefully next summer we're going to give it a try. But maybe I shouldn't if you're hurting your back. Hi, Glenda. All right, so let's get into it, okay? Hey, Cindy. All right, so we're going to use this box here, and we are going to decoupage some papers onto this little box here, right? I think that for the bottom, I'm going to paint the bottom, okay? Do I want to paint the bottom? I'm just sitting here thinking about what's gonna work. Let's decoupage this on the bottom. So we're gonna start with the bottom. And I'm gonna use Pouncer. I wanna do nice thin, even layers. Does anyone know, are these still $1.25 at Dollar Tree, or have these gone up? Are they up to $1.50 now or more? Bottom is a little hard to do because it's a little concaved. But I think I got it. Hi, Jean. All right, so now we're just going to remove the excess. I'm going to grab a utility knife. I'm going to turn the blade over so that I have a sharp edge. Oh, Larissa, that happens. It happens. All right, so I'm just cutting around the edge to remove the excess. You can sand it as well, but cutting it is faster. And then you can take your sander and just clean up the edge a little bit, or distress rather the edge. And don't worry about the white, because we're gonna clean all that up. Okay, Teresa, absolutely you can. All right, so then I'm gonna take this paper here and we're gonna go around the outside of the box with this paper, okay? And I think I'm going to give myself a little bit of excess on the top to fold over the top. So I'm going to measure this width here, 1, 2, 3 and a half. So I'm going to cut this 4 inches wide. And I need 2 pieces, I believe, and I hope just 2 pieces will do it. Hey, Laura, good to see you on today. All right. There we go, 4 inches. And so if I line this up with the bottom, I then should have about a 1/2 inch hanging over. And that's the case. So I'm gonna find the seam that was on here. Not that that's important, because it's not really. And I'll just add my decoupage glue. Nice thin, even layer. Okay. All right. And we'll just put this on. I'm lining it up with the bottom. Okay. Hi, Stacy. We are making a decorative box today. Kind of an old world style box. That kind of a look. It's not sticking very well here, so I'm gonna come back and add some more glue. You can also print this on mulberry paper and then decoupage it on, which is beautiful. Really beautiful. It just gives you this really pretty texture that the regular paper does not. Hi, Joyce from Kentucky. Okay. So now that we are adhered, we're going to do the other piece. Same way. I think this time I'm going to, instead of trying to do it all, I'm just going to do part of it. Hi, Elaine. Hey, Suzette. Today we're making a decorative box. So I'm just using a Dollar Tree box and then some of this month's paper designs to decoupage onto it. Happy belated birthday, Irene. I hope you had fun with your husband yesterday. All right, so this part here, that is extra. I'm just gonna cut it off, I think, or do I just wanna, I'm just gonna let it overlap. That seems just as easy. There we go. Okay. So I just want to make sure everything is stuck down. This part over here is not. All right. So we have, you can see a little bit hanging over there. And we've got everything decoupaged. We got the bottom decoupaged and then the side. So now we're just gonna fold all this in. I'm just gonna take my glue and just go around like this. To just fold all that in to the inside. So I'm just going just like this all the way around and just press it in. And it's gonna have a little bit of wrinkles, but shouldn't look too bad. It's gonna take a little bit of work to get it all to stick. So I'm just gonna keep working it, keep pressing it. Oh, that's fun, Irene. What a great birthday. Sounds like a good one. One that does a mama's heart good, right? I'm gonna grab some clips here and see if that'll help to hold some of this stubborn areas I don't want to stick down. But we mostly got it. So it's the overlapped part that I'm struggling with. All right. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take a heat tool to this now to see if we can't make sure everything is adhered. It also sometimes helps if you've got any wrinkles, which I have a couple of bubbles. And sometimes I feel like it just helps make sure things are stuck down. All right. There we go. Okay. So we got that covered. Okay. So that's what we got right now. Let's do our lid and then we're going to keep finishing and seeing what else we need to do to just make it really cute. So for the lid, I'm going to use this paper here, and I'm actually going to use like this middle portion that just looks like this teal paper that's just super worn. We're going to use that on the center of the lid. So we're just going to decoupage that on. Now, if you were to use mulberry paper on this, you would of course have to paint your box or buy a box that doesn't have all this bright writing on it. So I just kind of centered this right on this design. I didn't really want all of the like pictures and things. I just wanted this teal part right in the center. It just looks really old and worn. And I sort of started in the middle and just worked my way out, trying to press it down, making sure I didn't get any wrinkles. And then I'm just going to use my knife again to remove the excess all the way around. A couple of spots didn't cut. All right, here we go. Okay, take my sander to just clean up some of those spots. All right, so that's the lid. So then we just need to do this edge. So we're gonna do it the same way that we did this part, except we're gonna use this paper here, and we're gonna use this top section, I think. Now it's not gonna completely match because this won't go all the way around, but let's measure this. We want a little bit of extra. So we're gonna do 1 1/4 inches. All right. So we need to cut it right here. Go. Yes, Melissa, we just restocked the chenille, and we do have the big gingerbread men cutters. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so we got our strips. Like this. Bye, Annette. Yep, 9 o'clock. All right, bye. All right, so let's get this one done. And I'm lining it up with the top so that I don't have to trim any of that. At least that's the goal. I don't want to have to trim it. Just like that. Hey, Aletta, how are you today? All right, so we're going to take the heat tool to this again. To make sure everything's sticking. Because parts of it are not wanting to stick. Thank you all. I'm glad you're liking it. I think it's going to be really cute once we're done. This just isn't. It's just not sticking, so I'm going to redo. Because look, the whole thing's coming off. All right, let's go in again. Do it another time. See if we can make it stick better. Hey, Rosemary. Thanks for celebrating, Teresa. Okay, I feel like that's doing better. All right. I know, Larissa. It does sometimes not want to stick real well. And where it bends a little bit, the paper doesn't always want to cooperate because the cardboard bends. But the mulberry paper does a fabulous job on pieces like this. I think it sticks a lot better because it's got that texture to it. Okay, let's do the next. This last bit here, I'm just going to overlap it slightly. I think so, Cindy. I think it's playing into it a bit at least. It's almost like that first try kind of coated it and made it less slippery, which is why it did better the second time. Didn't do great the second time, though, I will say that. All right. Let's cut the excess here. I almost wonder if a glue stick would do a little bit better. All right, but we got it. Ish. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the inside. And I'm gluing the paper and the edge of the box itself. So not just the box, but also the paper. And we're just going to fold this down. Okay. On these spots, there's 2 layers of paper. That's where I'm using the clamp to really help me press that down and hold it down while it sets. All right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, possibly sanding it a little bit might help. Okay, so there is the lid. So now we just need to do a little bit of embellishing, making this look nicer. So this is what it looks like. There's the lid. Okay. So we want to take this to the next level, right? This is fine, but we want to do even better. So let's grab our distress inks because that is going to help for sure. I'm going to use, which one do I want to use? I don't know. I might use a few different ones. I sort of want to play with them a little bit. So let's see what happens. Okay. I got old paper here first. And I'm thinking about seeing what it's going to be like to do just on the body here. I don't know if it's enough to really show up or not. I mean, obviously this paper that we're using already has an old look. So it might not be doing enough to matter. I see it a little bit like when the box is kind of a little bit bent. I can see it. All right, let's try frayed burlap. Really haven't used frayed burlap very much. I think I'm going to use, let me try the other things. Let me try this. Let's see if I like it better for something like this. I don't know if I do. It's really hard to get it. It works really well if I'm just doing this, but it doesn't have that feathered look. I think I still like the brush better. That's what it's looking like. It's giving us this worn patina on the bottom. Also, if any of that color is showing through on the bottom, it's helping with that a little bit too, to kind of cover that up. So we'll do the same thing on the top. This is a really good color. I haven't used this color very much. This is called frayed burlap. Donna, yeah, I think they are washable. They're actually makeup brushes, technically what they're originally for. So yes, they're definitely washable. Now, anywhere where I've gotten decoupage glue on the outside of my paper, the ink is not really depositing. So that's a good sort of a note to self. You know, don't go on and decoupage all over your paper before you do your distressing, or it doesn't stick as well. It just will kind of rub off. But I think that looks really good, don't y'all? I'm going to take the pad and go just directly on the bottom here. And directly on the top. Okay, so that's what the bottom looks like. Okay, let's do the top. It's one of my favorite parts is doing this distressing. I just love it. And I'm really liking the way the decoupage glue was working here. It's made a bit of a line, and it's creating something that looks like it was supposed to be there, or like it naturally occurred. I'll show y'all here in a second what I mean, but it looks really cool. So can y'all see a little bit of like this line, like right in here? You can see it up here. So that's where the decoupage glue was on the outside, and it didn't adhere very well here, but then when the paper didn't have any decoupage glue, it really stuck there. So it almost created this line that looks natural. Looks really cool. All right, so we're going to do the outside edge of this. And you want to do the bottom and the top edge. Hi, Danae. The distressing goes so well with this paper. Just matches it perfectly. All right. I'm going to take my pad and I'm going to go right over the edge. I'm thinking about taking a little paint. You can see a little tiny bit of that yellow underneath. Just a little. So that's the box, essentially. Bye, Trisha.
See ya Thursday.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to decide if I feel like it needs a little more. I'm going to grab some vintage photo now. Add a little bit of it kind of on the outside of the box. This is just going to give it a little bit more warmth. Hey, Lynn. So you can see just what we're doing there, just really making it look distressed and worn. It doesn't all have to be cohesive, right? Like you can have some spots that are more worn than others. And that's sort of what I'm doing right now. Is just taking that distress ink in the vintage photo and just adding it just in specific spots. Oh my goodness. Lynn, you're sewing and I'm over here thinking I've got 2 pairs of pants upstairs that I want to cut. Okay. I like that. What do y'all think? Does that have a good amount of distressing? Does it feel right? Feel like an old box? Okay, I'm gonna grab my knob. Let's see about the knob. Okay, let's do a cheat real quick. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to take a piece of paper. I'm going to lay this down. Uh-oh. A little bit there that's not sticking. All right. And a pencil. Okay, I'm going to cut around this. And this is going to give us the center of our box, so we know where to put our knob. So I'm going to fold this in half. And then I'm going to fold it in half again, and that's our center. Okay? So then we can just take this, put it on the box lid, and just line it up with the edge. And then I can just make a little mark right there. And that's about as center as I'm going to get. Thank you, Nancy. All right, so I'm going to take, let me see if my drill has got enough charge to it. And we can just drill a hole. Let's try this one. All right, let's see here. Shouldn't take much. Nope. Okay. All right, so now let's see about this knob, which is already very old world looking. I'm just hoping it's going to look okay raised up and not sitting directly on the surface. You see what I mean? That's what I'm unsure about, but that's the way it's got to be. But I don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't think I would get this off. It seems glued in there for sure. So the only other option is to go all the way in. What do y'all think I should do? I wonder if I could get this screw out though. Which I'm always hesitant to do, because then once I start playing with that, I definitely will mess up the threads. I really need to get a pair of pliers. I don't have any, just pliers. Yeah, so that's what I was saying, Teresa. I could cut the hole wider, but then I've got this. Is it coming? So I thought maybe if I could get the screw out, which I don't think I can. So it means this screw would have to go all the way in. So it's going to be decorative, right? Not useful. That definitely looks better, don't y'all think? I think that looks better. All right, so I'm going to use some super glue then to glue this on. I don't know if I can cut this off. Let me get my bolt cutter, see if that'll work. Let's try that. There we go. Ha, look at that. Okay, so let's glue this on. I'm gonna put some super glue right up here along the base, and then I'm gonna put some right on the edges here where these little petal-like things are, because that part's sticking to the surface. All right, here we go. Okay, what else does it need? What do y'all think? Right, Larissa? I do use it a lot. Don't know if that distress ink will stay or not. But that's really cute, isn't it? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to do. I can't think of anything. I feel like it looks really cute. Just a pretty little decorative box. So that's what it looks like on the inside. Which we could, like, you know, make the inside pretty. But I just don't know how to do that.
Mama,
Yeah, baby?
I'm gonna go outside.
Okay, sweetie.
Go outside.
Okay. You don't have to tell me necessarily. I'm gonna see you go outside.
Football. Football.
Alright, go play your football.
Oh, football. Shucks. 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 I'm gonna go play football in my socks.
Okay. I have like some vellum stickers that I got from Temu, I think. Let's see if we've got anything, you know, like some tickets that we could maybe add onto the outside. Might be sort of cute. Let's see. Let's see what I can find that would go with it. That's like a blue. I don't feel like that would look good. That one would work. I like it just like that. Old hat boxes. Ribbon around the bottom. What do y'all think about these stickers? Think that would look good with some of these vellum stickers? Let's see here. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is like a bingo card. It's really cute. That could be cute. Some of this stuff around the bottom just to add a little more interest to the bottom. No stickers, Naoma says. Lori Ann, it's doing okay. Thank you for asking. So let me just show you. Let's see here if I can sort of give you an idea. Give myself an idea also. Teresa's saying no stickers. Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I think it's fine. We're just going to leave it like it is. Just leave it like it is. Just stick with it. All right, so there we have it. There's our little box. Cute little box. So this was made with this month's craft paper designs. So there are a total of 24 designs. These 3 here are 3 of those designs. And you get to receive those images and then print them as many times as you want to right from home. You never have to go to the store and buy craft paper again because you've always got designs at home. And after you've been a subscriber for even a year, you've got a plethora of designs to choose from. So that's really nice to have just this wardrobe of, I don't know if that's the right word, of designs that you can choose from on a regular basis as you're crafting. So you just get to pick those out and print them when you need them. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all enjoyed this, and I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Have a great Tuesday evening.